we can identify the driving forces in the moral life by analyzing the elements that make up the life of the individual. The first level of individual life is perception, more particularly sense perception. In this stage of individual life, perceiving is immediately transformed into willing, without the intervention of either a feeling or a concept. Here, the driving force may be called simply instinct. The satisfaction of our lower, purely animal needs, hunger, sexual drive, etc., occurs in this way. The main characteristic of instinctive life is the immediacy with which the perception triggers the will. This immediacy, originally belonging only to the lower sense life, can also be extended to the perceptions of the higher senses. We react to some event in the external world without thinking and without any particular feeling. This happens, for example, in conventional social behavior. The driving force for this kind of action is called tact, or social good taste. The more often such an immediate reaction to a perception occurs, the more the person will spontaneously act purely under the guidance of tact. Tact becomes part of his characterological disposition. The second level of moral life is feeling. Certain feelings attach to what we perceive in the external world. These feelings can become the driving force of action. If I see someone who is starving, my compassion may become the driving force of my action. Such feelings include shame, pride, sense of honor, humility, remorse, compassion, revenge, gratitude, piety, loyalty, love, and duty. We now move up to the third level of moral life, which is to have thoughts and ideas. An idea or concept can become the motive of an action through mere consideration of the situation. Ideas become motives because in the course of life, I regularly connect certain goals of my will to perceptions that keep returning in a more or less modified form. This is why when people who are not entirely without experience face certain perceptions, they will always be aware of ideas of actions they have carried out in a similar case or have seen others carry out. These ideas hover before their minds as determining models in all later decisions. They become part of their characterological disposition. We call this driving force of the will practical experience. Practical experience gradually becomes purely tactful behavior or instinct. This happens when certain typical pictures of actions have become so firmly connected in our minds with ideas of certain situations in life that, in any given case, we skip over all experience-based deliberation and pass immediately from the perception to the action.